Hi guys, so welcome to this speed build video in The Sims 4. My name is Irene and today I am building my twin houses. These are basically two houses with a very modern exterior and a luxurious design interior. So yeah, let's just dive right in. There are a couple of things that inspired me to do this build today. I did a high-end design villa a couple of weeks ago and I used a debug item, a curved fence, stone fence for the pool, to make a curved pool, and I really wanted to use that method again. And I found a picture of two holiday homes on a Pinterest and I thought I could really blend that together with that method for the pool and make an interesting build here today. I'm building it on this 30 by 40 lot on the island of Windenburg, one of my favorite worlds in the entire game. There's so much variety in that world. We have this island, forest, a city, and I never built on this lot before. There are kind of a lot of trees all around the lot, but when you go just from the right angle, you can still see the house very well, and that's very good for thumbnails. I always take notice how many trees are there around the lot, and if the thumbnail will be okay when I take my screenshots. But here was just the right angle with the right light in front of it, and I thought it was just perfect for these houses because it offered amazing views over the ocean again, and I love building on lots with amazing views. And yeah, it's just 30 by 40. Normally I really like to build on a huge lot, 64 by 64, 50 by 50. But yeah, I thought with the shape where I wanted to go for with this house, this was just the perfect lot for it. So I used every single inch of this 30 by 40 lot. As you can see, it's summer now, but I will change up the weather in, I think, a couple of minutes when the entire shell of the house is finished. It's still winter, so I still can do winter builds in my mind, and I just love that weather engine. I talked about it before, and I always think when you put snow over your builds, it just looks like magic. So when I do with a lot of my builds, when I'm done with the entire shell of the build, I always try how it looks in a winter world. I always have a save file with a winter world, or when where the season is winter, and I always place it there to see how it looks there. Yeah, and I thought it just looked better. And it's not full on snow here, but just on the edge of snow, because I will add in some glass roofs as well, and then you still can see that glass roof. When it's full on snow, the snow will cover the entire glass roof and then you can't see it anymore. But now it was just on the edge, but of course you can see that in a couple of minutes because it's going quite fast according to the shell and what I'm doing here right now. I think it still looks a little bit odd. I used a lot of roofs to create these angles, and now it's just a square pool in front of it, but later on I will use some debug items. And right now I'm placing in some of these stone rocks, but I will remove them later on. These are the debug items I was talking about. They're just a base game item, and I used it before with the high-end design villa, like I already said, and it's perfect to just put on the edge of the pool, and then you want to follow that line with your pool. And of course you cannot really create a round pool, but you can use a couple of angles, and when you see the house from the front you cannot see all these angles, and especially when you use windows on the pool. And that's when I noticed that I had to redo this entire build, because where I am right now I just placed the pool on the ground and I raised it up. So under the pool there's just a foundation. The wall of the pool is just foundation, and you can't place windows on a foundation. And how I did it the previous time, I did it on a second level and then I lowered everything down like it was on the first level, and then I could place in windows. So I had to redo that entire thing. But the thing that I did, I just copied or saved. I already did it, and you couldn't even see it. I just saved the entire thing to the gallery or to my library. I placed it on a bigger lot, and I just copied everything. And yeah, in that way it was fairly easy to copy the entire build and make it just one level higher, so I could use the windows on the pool. Now I'm using these debug rocks to blend the entire build in the environment. It's something that I really like to do, and I talk about it in every single video. I always use the rocks that you can see in the world surrounding the lot. So in this case, these are debug items from Get Together, of course the world where I'm building in. And that way I just wanted to make it look a little bit more natural, like it was really leaning on these rocks, and it just blends in nature. As you can see, now I can place these windows here, and I just think it looks better, and especially these angles that I used to give the pool illusion like it was round, especially helps with these windows. And when you place some rocks in front of it, and then when you have that fence in front of it, it really doesn't even show that you don't have like a really round pool at the front of it. But now the entire shell of the build is already finished. Yeah, and of course I had to work the terrain a little bit. I noticed actually that I always did the wrong order when I wanted to do things with the landscaping tool and when I wanted to place in rocks. Maybe you've noticed it already because I've been doing it since I think 2 weeks now. But before I always used the terrain tool first. I always created hills and raised up the ground and everything. And then I placed these rocks just at the side of these hills. But when you raise the ground up, you cannot really place rocks in the ground. So the thing that I'm doing now, I place all the rocks first and then I raise the ground up all around it. And in that way, you can really place these rocks in the ground. So I just changed up the order. I'm creating an illusion of a stairs here. I did the same thing in my last video, my minimalistic villa. And I just thought that space at the left of this build just landed perfectly for a stair. But yeah, when you place in stairs in your builds, you cannot change the angle of the stairs. And I wanted to have the stair in the exact same angle as the roof that I used as a wall over there. So that's why I decided to use stone slabs. They came with the Spade pack and you can find them in the fountain menu. And I used them, and yeah, I just placed them all on top of each other in the exact same distance of each other, and in that way I made these stairs here. Later on I will change up the color of them, and of course this build is functional because I will place stairs in the two houses as well, so your Sims can still go upstairs, but they cannot use the stairs that I just created myself, unfortunately. We're on to the wall colors right now, and man, I tried out so many different things. I didn't want to make this build just too white, all white. I wanted to use some gray as well, but I always switched on to the winter now. Can you see? I just love to switch on into winter. I always think it looks way more realistic, especially with the snow that is falling on the trees and on the rocks and everything. Oh man, I just love that. But I was talking about the colors, and because I'm building here in snow, I didn't want only just a white building, so I wanted to incorporate some brown and some colors, but I didn't want to overdo it, so I went with a concrete color and with a brown. The brown that I used on the walls, it's actually paneling that came with Island Living, and that softer, darker brown color I just incorporated throughout the entire build. So the interior, especially the living room and the kitchen, will be gray and brown and with white and with black, all these colors. And in the bedroom I still wanted to incorporate a little bit of color, so I did some green and also some reds, but you can see that in a couple of seconds. I changed up the wall here. Like I said, it was just white and I thought it looked a little bit bland, so I changed it up in the color, in these stones that came with Dine Out. with a little speck of red in it. These bricks, these exposed bricks, and I think it's just gorgeous. Over here, I think not that my build is just gorgeous. It's always so strange to give yourself compliments, but I'm talking about the stones. It's one of my favorite wall patterns or wallpapers or stones on the wall that I'm using in the game. And the dine out came with so many glitches when you want to use a restaurant or you want to dine out. But according to build and buy items, I actually use that pack quite a lot, especially for clutter in kitchens. And it came with some small pans and some pots and some small clutter things. And these stones on the walls, not only these colors, but a lot of different swatches. And but it is exposed brick and especially lends itself for industrial builds as well. And I think it's one of my favorite wallpapers patterns in the entire world. In the entire game. I'm sorry, I'm struggling so much with my words again. It's so early in the morning now and oh man, I watched the Super Bowl last night and I'm from Holland. I live in the Netherlands and it started at 12:30 at night and it was just finished at 4:30. And of course I have to work today and luckily I always have to start a bit late in the day, but I think I only slept for 3 hours or something, so excuse me if I make some mistakes with my words. But we're on. Let's go back to this build. We're on to the finishing touches on the landscaping. And man, the winter whole environment again. I used some bushes here and normally you can just see the bush, of course. But now because it's winter, you can see these branches. And I don't know how it looks when the weather is okay, but I just really like the look of it in the winter. I placed some stone, big slabs in the pool at the front. I thought it looked cool. They came with the Jungle Adventure. No, not with Jungle Adventure. With the very first pack that came for The Sims 4. It's the one with Outdoor Retreat, of course. Outdoor Retreat pack. And that came with some stone tables and I used them in the pool to make it look a little bit more interesting there in the pool. As you can see, I changed up the colors of the stone slabs on the stairs to make it look a little bit more interesting. And I know it's winter, it's very cold outside, but I still wanted to place some furniture outside, especially because I will place some steam crates in the pool later on. So it really looks like you can still swim there, even though it's extremely cold outside. Because with the steam, it looks like the water is very hot there. You can still dip in. So that's why I wanted to place these lounge chairs outside and some couches. And I think we're almost into the interior in a couple of seconds. And I used a different method in the interior, but we get to that later on. The fences that I used here are actually a debug item as well. They came with Jungle Adventure and I use them a lot. I think when you just want to place in just a fence or a short wall, it always can look a little bit chunky. And when I use these stones or fences that came with the Jungle Adventure pack, it looks a little bit more fine and I can really appreciate it. The bushes that I use are from Island Living and same for the branches outside or on the front of the house. I really don't know how it looks when the weather is better. I think it's a little bit too green. But that's why I always, when I'm building in winter, I always do the landscaping and everything in winter as well, because some of the plants look totally different in winter, of course. Over here I placed some chairs. They are from Spa Day and I still wanted to incorporate that gray and the brown again. Oh here's the entrance for the house. I made an entrance under the house. I wanted to do something with stairs over the stones, but I thought this just looked a little bit better. And I didn't have that much space left all around the house that I've built to use these stairs. And I already placed in all the rocks. So as I said, I created this pathway under the house with the stairs here and of course some candles here and there, some lanterns, and I placed 2 mailboxes there. Oh man, do you know when you don't place a mailbox in and the game automatically places a mailbox in? I had it over here as well. And it placed it at the left front angle of the entire lot. And I couldn't remove the thing. I don't know what was happening. I tried everything. So in the end, I just used the rock and I placed it over the mailbox so you couldn't see it anymore. But it was very annoying. And of course, I still wanted to place 2 mailboxes in because there are 2 houses. We're onto the interior now. And yeah, I used a method here and I got it from a crazy sim lady. She's an amazing simmer. She does amazing builds as well. Check her out if you want. And I saw her use this method for the kitchen. The thing that she did, she used counters and then she placed a dishwasher in and she sized the dishwasher down with the bracket keys. And yeah, in that way it removes the counter and you can only see that very small dishwasher. And then I just placed these shelves on the ground. And that way you can make like a floating counter and it's still functional. I play tested it and I was just amazed when I saw her do it. And that's why I really like watching speed build videos or stop motion videos of other simmers as well. There are some YouTubers or some builders in the game that really avoid speed build videos of other simmers because they don't want to be influenced or something. But I just love watching videos from other simmers to keep myself inspired and to find different methods like this. So I was very excited when I saw her do it. But as you can see, there are 2 houses and there are twin houses. So they're practically the same in the interior, but not totally the same. I kind of went with that holiday home idea I have. It's almost spring and I have 2 families, the family of my husband and my own family. And every time during spring we go away for a weekend. And with my family we always go to a holiday home. And with his family we always go camping. And always in the same area, both weekends in the same area in Holland, in the Veluwe. It's a forest area over here. But with my family we always go to holiday homes and we always have our own holiday homes. And I kind of went with that idea in my mind according to interior. Not because most of the time the interior in holiday homes like that is just ugly, but I meant with the kitchen is in kind of the same space and there are a lot of the same furniture, but the artwork is a little bit different and the clutter is a little bit different. So that's why I cut a lot in this whole process as well. Right now you can see I'm working on the 2 kitchens, but later on, now with the living room, I already did the living room in the other house and I'm building it here, and I've done the same thing with the bedroom and the bathroom as well. I thought this video was already quite long. It's about a little bit more than 20 minutes, and 20 minutes is kind of my aim for length, for video length. I don't want my videos to be longer than 30 minutes, and I think 20 is just perfect. And I thought it was a little bit repetitive when you saw me just do a living room and then saw me do like almost the same thing in the other house. But they're kind of the same, but with different touches and with different clutter here and there. I used a lot of items from Tiny Living again. I love that stuff pack. I think the chair over there is so gorgeous, and especially that small poof is a small table, like a knitted poof. And I used it in the bedroom later on as well, and I found out that it combined perfectly with a bed that has like the same color and the same knitted thing on top of the bed, but you can see that later on, of course. And that's what you can see in the rest of this video, the 2 bathrooms, the 2 bedrooms, and the finishing touches of this build. So I think I'm going to quit this voiceover by now because there are only 3 minutes left. This was the bed that I was talking about. It has the same texture, structure. I don't know the name for it right now, but it's the same color and thing like the poof I used in front of it. So I was very happy when I found it out. But I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I really hope to talk to you in one of my next videos. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I would really appreciate it. I try to do a lot of different things with my builds to keep you guys inspired for your own builds. I hope you will have a great day today, and I hope to talk to you very soon. Goodbye!